What up, Palm Tree? What up, Protectors? It's your one and only Thickness Pro Palm here. Now, if something happens in the music world and in the body positivity world, you know I gotta talk about it. Lizzo is being sued by 3 of her backup dancers for sexual harassment and creating a hostile work environment. According to CNN, the lawsuit document states that the performers were exposed to an overtly sexual atmosphere that permeated their workplace. Outings where nudity and sexuality were a focal point. Now, Lizzo has just responded saying, these sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional. I take my music seriously and my performances seriously because at the end of the day, I only want to put out the best art that represents me and my fans. With passion comes high work and high standards. First of all, the idea of Lizzo weight shaming one of her backup dancers is completely ridiculous. Because as we all know, Lizzo's entire career has been built upon body positivity. And it's probably the most hypocritical thing I've ever heard that she's going to weight shame one of her backup dancers. When it comes to having the dancers in a environment where they had to, partake in sex acts, it sounds like what had happened was that they were out in Amsterdam at some type of strip club or burlesque show, and that Lizzo was encouraging the dancers to touch the performers on stage and do stuff, that involved sex toys. Now, I did see in one interview that I watched that one of the performers was saying that with Lizzo, there was no line between personal and professional, and that if you did not partake in these outings with her, that you would then not get as much opportunities to get booked for dancing. And that, it was still a professional work it was not a professional work environment if you didn't do all that she said. She would get up in their faces and threaten them, say things like, "You're so lucky that I didn't just swing on you now." Here's what I suspect is going on, and again, this is just my observation. I could be totally wrong. But I believe that there is probably some serious talent amongst this dance team, and because Lizzo has her docuseries on Amazon Prime, Watch Out for the Big Girls, I actually have not seen that yet. I actually hadn't heard of it until this lawsuit came along. But because she has this whole team of dancers, there might be some serious talent amongst them. And instead of embracing that talent, she might be suppressing this talent with behaviors, suppressing them. Because if she doesn't want to see her background dancers shine, she's going to abuse them and treat them a certain way. Now, I don't think that these allegations would pop up out of thin air, because if everything was right, they would still continue to dance for her. Also, keep in mind that the whole debate in body positivity culture with Lizzo in particular is, give you this example. A couple years ago where she was courtside at that basketball game and she got up there and twerked with, nothing covering her ass, that it was this debate of, this is indecency exposure. You're in a public place with children. Why would you get up and shake your bare booty, in this space? Then the other side would say, well, Lizzo can do whatever she wants, more power to her. She can shake her ass however she wants. And, it comes down to a time and place type of thing. But I believe because Lizzo's never been held accountable because of the fight that she puts on for big girls, I think that she's, kind of developed a bullying persona. And then when it comes to the whole thing about them being at an outing and then Lizzo forcing her dancers to touch some performers on stage, I think that it comes down to her not knowing the line between being an employer and then being a friend. You might be having a wild night with your girls and then, try to get them to do something crazy, but she might, forget that, hey, these people work for you, these are your employees. And when it comes to things that involve sexuality, that's a thin line that you do not want to cross. So it appears very unprofessional on Lizzo's part, but we're going to see how it plays out in court. And I kind of want to continue to follow these 3 young women who are pushing the lawsuit against Lizzo. So I want to know, what do you guys think of the Lizzo lawsuit? Let me know in the comments. Till next time, peace, love, Palm. We want thickness.